Can we talk about my cheeks though? Can we talk about them? Can we?
Yes.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michael. If you're new here, I'm the Brooks brother. I'm here today because there was a big Fenty beauty launch recently and I'm here to tell you what's up. I'm here to try it, gonna do a look, and I want to show you guys the new things that have launched recently. If you enjoy makeup videos, me talking about makeup, me doing makeup, me trying makeup, I'll invite you to subscribe, please. It would mean a lot to me. I think with something like a collection that is, you know, all cream products, there's a lot of questions about like, okay, but how sheer is it? How opaque is it? How does it apply? Like, what's it gonna look like on my skin tone? So, I'm gonna show you swatches of all the cream products that I got. So I got all 10 blushes, which is crazy. And then I got 3 of the cream bronzers. So they're all called Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blush or Cream Bronzer. I have some things I'm gonna reference in terms of shades if you want something to compare to. I think that could help. But in terms of the bronzers, the 3 that I got, Honey Glaze, and then there's Teddy, and then Chocolate. I'm gonna swatch these all on my hand. There's a couple things to note. Swatches are only really useful to see on someone that has a similar skin tone to you if you're using them as like a purchasing guide or reference. Otherwise, it is kind of pointless sometimes. But that being said, I will tell you that in Fenty, I usually wear 320. This is the hydrating foundation. I think I'm around 320, 330, like somewhere in there. And then in NARS foundation, I wear Valencia, Tahoe, and Wahine, however you say it. Any of those 3, kind of depending on the time of year. In the summer, I'm more toward like a Wahine color because I get quite warm. In the winter, I get a little bit more pale and more like goldeny. I should also mention MAC colors, where anywhere from like a C5, C6 in face and body to NC42 up to like NC44.5. And I also can wear their warm NW colors, NW35. I'm in that sort of medium deep, medium dark category in most foundations. If you're watching and you're like around me, this will be useful for you. Even if not, it is nice to see like the products on someone's skin. If you don't want to watch all this swatching, that's totally fine. I'm gonna do a full face tutorial. I'll put a timestamp here. Anyway, enough talking. Let me just get right into it. They sent me 3 of the bronzers, like this. They didn't send the full range of the bronzers because there's no point in them doing that. Some of them would be too light and some of them would be too dark. So they sent 3 that I think they would guesstimate would be things I would use based on other things that they've sent me before. I was just watching Alyssa Ashley's video and I noticed how she did it, but there's some things that I want to also do in terms of like comparing to other stuff, just so you can actually see product to product how they look. First is Honey Glaze. I'm gonna put it away from the light so you can see. When there's no light shining on it, that's the color. And this is the kind of color that I like in a bronzer that's quite warm. It's a reddish orange undertone. And I feel that these correspond to the bronzers like quite well. The bronzer that I use all the time is Bajan Gyal. This one, it's well loved, so I'm sorry that it's dirty. So this is Honey Glaze, and this is I keep calling it Caramel Cutie. This is Bajan Gyal. They're both quite warm browns. I think that looks like a really nice bronzer color for me. Let me swatch 2 things beside it for reference. This is a foundation stick from MAC. I've used for cream bronzer, the color NC55. That's like a deep, neutral, cool tone. That's a color comparison there. I'm also gonna compare it to a cream bronzer that I've been using. So this is Blaze. On camera, it looks about the same as NC55. The next one is number 5, Teddy. It's more of like a cool toned color and it's a little bit deeper. Honey Glaze is here and Teddy. I want to show a comparison to Caramel Cutie, the powder bronzer. So this one over here is Teddy and then this guy over here is Caramel Cutie. Similar colors, so I think they'd layer well if you already have them. If you use one of these already, kind of use them as a guide or a shade reference for yourself. So honey glaze is on the bottom and then teddy's on the top. Difference for me between these two is that would be bronzer and that would be a bit of like a cream contour. So this is the foundation stick from MAC. The milk one too. God, this is hard to do. In comparison to a full coverage foundation from MAC, this color is NC45. Full coverage is the exact same thing as Studio Finish Concealer from MAC, which is the ones in the little creamy pots, and NC45 if you need a shade reference. The MAC one is still lighter than Honey Glaze. And Teddy over here is just deeper. The third color is called Chocolate, and this is too dark for me. I'm gonna save this for my kit because this will work well. I'm gonna swatch it anyway. I did swatch it on my hand next to the first two. So that's it for the bronzers. I would say this is similar to like somewhere between, I would say, an NW47 and NW53. And that's from the top of my head. That's kind of what I would compare it to. Let's move on to blush. This is number 1. It's called Fuego Flush. That's really pretty actually. And close up so you can see the color. The next one here is called Petal Poppin'. And this one's called I can't speak today. Bikini Martini. I love this color. This is really, really pretty. Five, Stupid Cupid. Crush on Cupid. Close up. Also, when you guys saw visuals for these online, did you think they were gonna be bigger? Because I certainly did. Then I started seeing people get them and I was like, you can see, like, in general, they're quite sheer. They're not as sheer as I thought they were gonna be, which is good, because I was scared they were gonna be, like, so sheer that they just blend away to nothing. They feel like they have a good grip. Number 5, Strawberry Drip. Got a name right for once. Okay, 5 down, 5 more to go. Number 6, Daiquiri Dip. Not to be confused with Strawberry Drip. Number 7, Drama Class. This one is the one that scares me a bit. I was watching Alyssa's video and she wore it on her eyelids and it looked really good. That kind of inspired me to not be so scared of this. I love the color purple, but on my cheeks, I'm like, what? I still don't know how I feel about such a purple blush, but I think on the right skin tone it would be beautiful. I just don't know if it's the right on my skin tone. This is number 8, called Summertime Wine. I think this might be my favorite one. This is the one I'm the most excited about. This looks like my kind of color. That's gonna be me. That's the one I want. Number 9, this is Cool Berry. That's nice too, actually. And then last but definitely not least, this is Miss Rose Latte. This would actually be really nice on me too. I think I might like this one too. That's similar to like a cream version of Raisin from MAC. Sorry, I compare everything to MAC, but I worked there for so long that it's just the way my brain associates certain colors out of memory, but it's also handy for you guys to know things like what I would reference for a color. Here's the close-up on my hand. Alright, we got through the swatches. I hope that was informative. And now I'm gonna move into doing my makeup. I have a bunch of Fenty stuff out. Oh, also there's a couple other things that did come out with this launch. There's also a new highlighter. This is the version 2 of the original Diamond Bomb. This is like one of my favorite highlighters at the moment. So there's this one now too. She has a sister. This is How Many Carats, which is like a shimmery white, silver, clear, beautiful. And then this one is new. It's called Cognac Candy. I believe it's meant to be a very similar product in a coppery gold color. So if it applies the same way, I'm going to fall in love with this. I tried it on my hand and it was beautiful, but welcome to the family, Cognac Candy. There's also a body lava that came out. There's a brush. I'm not gonna use a body lava, but did my swatches. Let's move on to my makeup, yeah? Okay, cool. Alright gang, I'm gonna do something funky on my eyes because I literally can't help myself. I have a plan today, which I don't normally have, which is nice. I want to do something gold on my eyes and I want to do like a cool shape. First, I want to just etch out a shape on my lid and I'm gonna use this Fenty fly pencil. The color is called Grillz. I always forget, I'm gonna zoom in. I drew the shape, and I'm just filling it in. That's the basic kind of shape that I want to start with. Probably get sick of hearing me saying it, but I know I look crazy right now. I have a vision in my head. I'm gonna take some eyeshadow from a snapshadow. Number 8, this is Pastel Frost. Take this gold color here, called lei'd. Pack that on right over top of the gold. It just smooths out anything that was like still streaky from pencil marks. I want it to just be a little bit more glittery. It's really shiny, but I want it to be a little bit more glittery. I haven't used this in so long. This is Trophy Wife. I'm gonna take that on a slightly thinner brush. I went to my finger. I just want to pack it on. I think with the heat of my finger, it picks up the glitter in it a little bit better. Gives it more of a chromey, wet looking finish. So we need to clean up this shape a little bit. Just taking a cotton, what is this called? Q-tip? Cotton bud? Whatever you call it. Now I want to do a little bit of tracing, just so that it's not just a flat shape. I'm gonna take a black liquid liner. This is the one I always use. This is brushblack. And I'm just gonna actually go around the outside of this part of the wing. Now they're even. I had this shape kind of in my head, looking kind of butterfly-ish yet again. I want it to be like kind of downward facing, heart-shaped, almost like wings. I'm gonna do something on my inner corner too. Really, I'm liking this like exaggerated inner corner that's kind of like teardrop shaped. I'm gonna go back to that Fenty pencil now and just fill in the tear duct. And here we are. My eyes are done. Probably look crazy. I need to throw in some lashes and move on to skin. Obviously with a shape that's like up like this at the front of your brow and then slopes downward. A lash that is really winged, emphasizes the outer corner of your eye, would look kind of odd with this because it's oppositional directions. It just won't look right. This is not about the eyes, I just can't help myself. We are back. Just kind of cleaned up the shape a little bit. I put lashes on. I realized before I didn't mention what they are. It's Audacious Beauty lashes. I will link the store in my description. They're in the style cher. I like to wear these when I still want lashes to be there, but not so thick that they'll cover up what's on my lid. They're still quite long, but they're very wispy. And also, I wanted to avoid something that's too long on the outer corner. So I wanted something that's a little bit longer in the middle. Fanned out and nice and fluffy and individual. This is a bit of a distracting eye makeup for the purpose of this video, but why not? I always like to do something kind of interesting on the eyes. Anyway, let's move along. I prepped my skin well before this. I don't have a Fenty primer. Actually, I got this the other day. e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and I haven't tried this yet. Why not today? This may or may not be true, but I've heard loads of people on YouTube say that this is very similar to Tatcha Primer, the silk canvas. And I have that, and I will say that the consistency of it's a lot thinner. I think the idea is the same, but it feels a lot more like slippy. I'm gonna pop some foundation on as well. I don't know what fits better than Fenty foundation, but this is the Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation. Before I do concealer, I want to do a little bit of this cream bronzer. I'm just like itching to get it on my face. I'm gonna use number 4, Honey Glaze. I want to use this new brush as well. This is the face shaping brush. Get some on that brush. I'm gonna apply how I would normally apply my bronzer. Oh, that color's perfect. And I'm keeping it really nice and high up on my cheek, because that's where I like my bronzer to be. Brush is really nice too. So I've put like a good, generous layer of it on, and I can definitely see it. I'm blending it in by like pressing it in, rather than sort of moving it around like that, because I don't want to move my foundation off or make anything like streaky. Nothing's really moving underneath. It's just kind of sitting nicely on top of my skin. It's not super intense. It's really easy to blend. It has a nice, like, obviously very creamy, dewy shine to it. This is really nice. I don't have another product that does this. Even when I use the Milk bronzer stick, I love it and I love the color. If I press too hard with like too dense of a brush, it does get a bit patchy, like my foundation underneath, which is fine because I go over top of it with a powder bronzer anyway, and I'm probably going to do that today too. It's just nice that this just like sits right on top of the foundation and everything stays in one piece. I really like the color too. So now I'm going to do concealer under my eyes. It's just my Too Faced Born This Way. Color is Sand. Now that I've done concealer, that was a dumb order to do it in because I ended up unblending it, but I just wanted to see basically how the color would go on. I'm just going to take what's left on my brush and just go right back over it. Next time I use these, because there will be a next time, I'm gonna do concealer first. I'm just excited, okay? I want to try the other color too, just while we're wet a little bit of Teddy. I think I'm just gonna layer some right over top. Not over top, but rather like actually underneath. That looks a little bit more like a nice contour. I'm gonna powder over top, but I just wanted you guys to be able to see like the vibe if you were to leave it all like wet. I really like these. They layer well. They don't disturb my foundation. The colors are great. If I had the skin type for it, I could leave it like this and it would just be really glowy. But I want to kind of carry out how I naturally do my skin just to see how it gets along with everything else. These are really good and really pretty. Really good and really pretty. Wow, that's my review. Thanks for subscribing. I want to try what Alyssa Ashley did. She put it over top of her foundation. I'm so scared, but I'm just gonna do it. First though, what I need to do is set my under eye. Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is the loose one, medium. I like to actually set my under eyes and like different parts of my face with that powder because it's like about my skin tone. If I use a translucent powder, it would be to bake and actually like brighten. This I'm actually just trying to like set with. I'm gonna set the rest of my face with Fenty loose powder. This is Cashew. Take a little bit of this. Tap it around the rest of my face. I kind of avoided a little bit more than normal the outer parts of my face. Everything on the inside, like here, all of it, even across my jaw, I did all as normal. I am gonna go over my cheeks with bronzer. The powder one, Bajan Gyal. Tap it on over top. Layer up wise, it cooperates. This is how I normally would do a cream bronzer. I'd always put a powder one over top, so to kind of set it in place. She plays well with her friends. We need to venture into the scary part of this video. I don't really want to, but we're gonna, because it needs to happen. This could potentially be the part of the video that ruins my makeup, but I can fix it. The one that I wanted to try, Summertime Wine, this one. I think that this color with gold would look really nice. And they're quite sheer, so it's kind of just like a flush of color on the cheek. Wait, it hasn't moved anything. I'm new to the world of cream blush, so maybe there's other things out there that are as cooperative as this, but I thought I was excited for the bronzers. Look at this, come on. This is so beautiful. Oh my god. I love it. Wow, I know this sounds dramatic, okay? This, for me, feels like a game changer because I didn't think that it was possible to have a cream that looked that balmy and dewy go on top of powder and literally not move it. This, to me, feels remarkable. I could be late to a party that started a long time ago. I'm gonna layer another color on, and I hope to God I don't hate it. This one's called Rose Latte. I just want to take the tiniest bit. Not even on my nose. It didn't even break up on my nose. I'm shook. Bit of Rose Latte over top, just for more warmth, less pink, but also just an excuse to put another one on. It's not that different, I guess. Wow. Wow. Look at my skin. Just look at it. I have powdered it and not put any highlighter on, and this is just like the cream blush. Move along, move along, move along. I'm gonna go off camera for a second, do my brow thing with my brow things, my depixym, put some freckles on, and I'll be back in a sec. So I need to do lips, and I'm gonna do some highlight. Even though I'm very glowy, I am gonna do some highlight because I'm just dying to try that cognac candy. Just to get any powderiness off my face, I am gonna just spray down a little bit with some Morphe setting spray. I'm just gonna say, I would love an album. I'd really love an album. But this shit right here, I literally am in love with this highlight. Oh, Rihanna. Thank you. This is Sweet Tea lip liner from Morphe. I'm gonna do a Melt lipstick. This one's called Golden. I'm gonna put a little bit of gloss foam over top because why wouldn't I? This is Sweet Mouth. I think that's my Fenty face, with a couple exceptions. I'm thoroughly impressed. I don't even feel like I need to give much of a review. I feel like my reactions genuinely say some things. The bronzers, great. They blended onto my foundation really well. They didn't move anything around. Colors were great, perfect for me. Another added bonus that I really liked about those was that I can put the powder sunstalk'r bronzer right over top. Nothing funky happened, it just set like a normal cream bronzer would. But it still maintained a really nice glow coming through. I used Summertime Wine and Rose Latte. The first cream blush I've ever used that didn't make my foundation skip. And it just added glow, but it added color. It wasn't too sheer, but it's not too heavy or cakey either. This, it's like wet. See how my cheeks look wet? Like the top of my cheekbone looks wet. I don't feel like I really have to say anything else other than these are great. I hope you found today's video enjoyable. I hope you learned some things. I hope you saw some products in action that you were hoping to. Maybe even picked up some inspiration or a couple tips along the way. Please do subscribe, don't be shy, leave a comment, let me know you're here. I think it goes without saying that I've thoroughly enjoyed trying everything that I have in this video today. Fenty is quickly becoming one of my favorite makeup brands. I just want to take a second and say, like, it's really nice that a brand that I believe in so much also believes in me, and it's really nice to be given the opportunity to try these things for free. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Until my next video, stay safe, stay home, and I'll be back very soon.